Play With Me, Pleasure Playground Book 1, written by E.M. Gayle, narrated by Gregory Salinas. Chapter 1. Becoming a peeping Tom had not been part of Eve Blake's job description when she took the receptionist position at Altered Ego, yet that's exactly what she'd become. She thought working for a fetish photographer might help her get out of her shell she'd been hiding in, but this was ridiculous. Eve stood in the dressing room, staring at the thin white curtain that hid the main photo studio from her view. Her skin tingled just thinking about what she'd see. When today's model had arrived, she'd confirmed on the schedule that Chase and Murphy had booked Jennifer for one of the hardcore assignments. All three had disappeared into the studio hours ago, and the urge to witness what happened behind the curtain drove her back here. Unfortunately, this watching had become a habit. The studio, depending on the props and lighting Chase used, could be transformed from a lush den of seduction to a full-on BDSM dungeon. Today would be the dungeon. In the interest of full disclosure, Chase had been upfront with her from the beginning. He shot photos of any and all types of sexual fantasies, from what some labeled erotic art, all the way to what many classified as porn. She'd seen some of those pictures, and on one level, they were explicit beyond belief, and on another, the most tantalizing sexuality she'd laid eyes on. Sometimes when she studied them, she'd grow jealous of the models and long to be in their position, especially the photos that included Murphy. Eve shuddered at the fresh wave of arousal flooding her sex. Everything about this place had turned her into a needy, desperate-to-be-fucked woman. No, that wasn't quite right. It was more than simply being fucked. Sex was easy, and if all she wanted was to have some guy shove his dick in her, it would be easy enough to find. No, what Chase and Murphy did to a woman went far and above plain old sex. They demanded, they manipulated, and they took whatever they wanted, when they wanted. What would it be like to be helpless under their control? Sure, both Chase and Murphy were professionals, and much of what they did wasn't done for personal pleasure. Yet models begged for more jobs, and it wasn't exactly a secret when Chase or Murphy dated one of the girls, dating being a very loose description of what they actually did with them. The knots in Eve's stomach tightened further, and the flesh between her legs ached to be touched. She couldn't take the anticipation another second. She had to see for herself what lay behind the curtain. She reached up and brushed the flimsy fabric of...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?